Good day, class. Today we are continuing with lesson 3, which is the self from a sociological perspective. As we begin, we remind ourselves that the self does not grow in isolation. Okay, we are who we are today because we live within families, schools, communities, and cultures. Unlike psychology, which focuses on the inner workings of the mind, understanding sociology teaches us that the self is shaped by the external environment. Okay, so we learn that the self is not simply inside a person. Rather, it is a social product that emerges through our interactions, roles, traditions, and even institutions. So in our presentation right now, as you can see right now, Peter Berger and Thomas Luckmann once explained this as the social construction of reality. As you can see right now, individuals shape society through their actions, but society also shapes individuals by providing norms, values, and meanings. So in understanding this one, when we think about our identity, we realize that we are both actors and products of the society we live in. Now, to another slide of our discussion, in this presentation, we'll try to make this concept clear. Let us look back at the past. In 1800s, villagers in southern France discovered a boy named Victor. Okay, ito, nakastipulate ito sa ating reference, would live alone in the forest. We imagine the difficulty of his life, like no language, no community, and no human contact. When he was brought back, he struggled to speak, walk upright, and connect with other people. So a doctor named John Mark Itard worked hard to teach him, yet Victor never fully adapted to society. So in understanding this one, also in our next presentation, in our another slide, we also recall the case of Jenny, a girl discovered in California in 1970 who had been locked away for 13 years. Like Victor, she had trouble with speech and relationships. So these stories show us that being human is not just about being biologically alive. Without social interaction, culture, and guidance, we cannot form a complete sense of self. Okay? Now, in our presentation, as you can see right now, the self as a social product. From these examples, we learn that our selfhood is social. It is being built through status, roles, and identity. So let's start with status. In our presentation, status is the position we occupy in society. Some statuses are considered as ascribed at birth, like being male, female, Filipino, or the eldest child. Okay, kindly take note of that. Others are achieved through effort, such as becoming a teacher, lawyer, or entrepreneur. So in understanding this one, status makes a difference by understanding our position in our own society. For the next slide, roles are the behaviors expected from the statuses. For instance, as students, we attend classes, complete tasks, and respect our teachers. And as future professionals, we will also carry responsibility. So that's why in understanding role can make a difference by understanding also the identity, because it emerges when statuses and roles combine. For example, a person may identify as a Filipino Catholic, or a student leader, or even a working student. So we notice that in our barangays or in our community leaders are not just defined by their birth, so considered as ascribed yun but by what they achieve, such as being elected as captain. So their identity therefore is not just personal but also tied to community recognition. Now let's try to understand socialization, how the self develops. Now, how do we actually learn to be part of society? Okay, this is my question to all of you, class. Because through socialization, the lifelong process where we absorb values, norms, and behavior can really teach us to make ourselves unique more than anything else or more than anyone else. So let's start our discussion by understanding that the role or the self develops in the context of family. You know what? Family teaches us language, respect, and traditions. That's why for us as Filipinos, act like mano po are more than gestures. They form our identity as respectful children. Okay, that's the context of family. Now, in school naman, it teaches knowledge and discipline, but also nationalism and teamwork, such as singing the national anthem daily. So, school provides us an understanding by considering our nationalism and teamwork. by singing our national anthem daily. So the next one is the peers. You know what? Peers is one among the influential aspect by understanding 5 agents of socialization, because it influences how we dress, talk, and behave, especially in our teenage years. So let's be careful sa mga kakilala natin or kanino tayo makipag-hangout, because according to research, there are a lot of percentage that can really change our behavior because of our peers. Okay, and now let's proceed to religion. One of the most important aspect of 5 or understanding agent socialization is the religion, because it builds morality and community identity. So for example, in fiestas or devotion, we see ourselves as part of something larger than just the self. So considering religion, it provides us understanding what is good, what is right, based on our culture, tradition, and even norms. Now the last is the mass media. You know what? This context shape us greatly, because we build identities online, whether as influencers, gamers, or even the K-pop fans, and these roles affect how we see ourselves in real life situation. Okay, I hope it's clear to all of us, class, by understanding the 5 agents of socialization. And then the first one, family, we have school, we have peers, religion, and mass media. And now let's proceed to the theories of self-development. According to Cooley's Looking Glass Self, it reminds us that we see ourselves based on how we imagine others see us. So if people applaud our work, we feel confident. If they criticize us, we might feel inadequate. So mean to say, we see ourselves how others viewed us as a person, and more than as a person. Now let's proceed to George Mead's theory of the self. It shows that as we grow older, we learn roles, from imitating as children to playing roles to finally understanding social rules in the game stage. So George Mead also explained the distinction of I, considered as our spontaneous side, and the me, which is the part shaped by society's expectation. And these theories of development can really make a difference by understanding ourselves more than other people. And now let's proceed to the self in modern society. As we try to consider the transition of this history, self is being defined in many forms. So that's why in the present, modernity and globalization reshape us. As according to our reference, Anthony Giddens described this embedding. So ano ibig sabihin nito? It means relationships and identity move beyond face-to-face. So like remote work or online classes, considered as this embedding. The second one we have here, reflexivity. Ibig sabihin, it means we constantly reflect on life's choices, like whether to pursue stable careers or even passion. So it really helps us to understand more of ourselves. The last one is the individualization, means we are freer than before to define ourselves, because as seen in growing acceptance of diverse identities globally. So for example, class, by understanding this one, many overseas Filipino workers identify as both Filipino parents and global workers, balancing 2 worlds. Likewise, youth today may identify more with online communities than with traditional social categories. However, as we try to reflect, we see that the self is both individual and social. You know why? It grows because of family, peers, school, religion, and even mass media. From the wild boy victory to us, the self is always shaped by interaction. So whether we like it or not, we are both shaped by society and active shapers of it. So today, as we try to understand the modernity of the self by understanding its connection to the world, let us remember that we do not stand alone. We carry within us our culture, our community, and even our roles. So, and at the same time, we help shape the society we belong to. So I hope you learned something for the lesson 3, and God bless everyone.